there's the Monroe. I think we just kill it. And then just go in here with this. Just keep picking off armor, makes the Broover worse if he has it. I think this guy's in a bit of trouble. I think he needs the Broover. And then we just leader Vincent it, and we should be set. +6 on that too, that's pretty good. Oh, we should have put that on one of these that had would have actually taken the ping damage, but I don't think it matters. We're up by like 50. Today we're going to be playing some Masquerade Ball, thanks to, well, mainly the one new Aristocrat, Rosa. Well, I guess technically to be two, but one card. Rosa and Edna Atra. So, obviously this card is extremely good. You have deploy, create a bronze unit from opponent's faction, spawn on their board, give a spying. So she plays, say she plays a 4, it's 3 points of tempo, but then she's got this massive order, and this order goes off. It's incredible. And our deck is like 10 damage, I think, and then you get to play the copy of the unit you destroy with it, and you obviously just destroy their best card. So this card's really good, and we are playing it. And thanks to that, we're going to be playing a Devotion Ball deck. Now, Masquerade Ball is pretty strong, and the Aristocrats are pretty good. Before we get into the deck, though, we have to mention one more big change was to the Dythwin Arbalist. So, power and provision stayed the same, but when an enemy unit gains a status during your turn, you damage it by 1. This card's seen a lot of changes all throughout the day, so we'll just start off with banish a unit in your opponent's graveyard, like faction-specific Squirrel, and then it moved to the Conspiracy Damage order, or the Conspiracy Damage effect, otherwise bleeding, and now we are Great Engine card. So those are the two big changes that really enabled this deck a bit more than it used to, although it used to be good as well. I think I made a video on this last patch. As far as the deck, we're playing Imposter. Now, this is a bit of a thing. You can change the ability here because Imprisonment's also pretty good. Just to get those locks out there. I found in a lot of cases we're short on locks. So Imprisonment's also good here. So you can think about that one, but I've seen a lot more Ball, and I think or a lot more Imposter. Imposter has a higher ceiling, I think, so we'll be going with Imposter. We've also seen a decent amount of just point slam control decks where the Imprisonment doesn't get as much value, so we're playing Imposter. We're playing Crystal Skull. This is really good. Put on our engine cards straight off the bat. And then we have the Masquerade Ball, the whole point of our deck. At least it used to be. It's still really good, but it doesn't automatically win the round you played in. It used to kind of do that when it first came out, but now it's still really good. It gives you another Thirsty Dame, which are your big engine point value cards most of the time, and gives you those 2 poisons. So it is pretty good. It's nice to play this in a round when you have at least 1 Fang of the Empire, preferably Felipe, because if they start purifying the poisons, only getting 2 off this means you might not be able to finish the unit off, but it's still very good. You can trigger this in 1 turn with a Mirror, which is a nice combo if they don't Heatwave it. Speaking of a Mirror, we are playing Devotion, but we're not playing any of the Spying cards. Sometimes when you play Devotion, you like put out a whole bunch of Spying cards. Not a whole bunch. You can play like the Duchess Informant, the Emissary, and then your Amir will just seize them back. We're not doing that. We're just playing him here. We do have the Devotion. That's more so for the Fergus we'll get to later than the Amir. But sometimes you can bleed things down with the Alba Pikesmans and seize them. So there are plays you can do with it. Since he'll get everything spying. Him getting everything spying is really helpful for the new Arbalist, because he'll get spying, he'll ping it, so it helps to get lower towards that 1 value where you can seize with a Mirror. They're playing Admiral Rompoli. I've seen some people playing Usurper instead. I just prefer the ceiling on Rompoli. Usurper's got more tempo, Rompoli's got more like deck synergy with the lock and the poisons. And sometimes we're really short sometimes we end up being short on locks, which is a bit annoying. I like having him for that. But you could play the Usurper if you want to. It is better point slam most of the time. But then Admiral can get higher ceiling thanks to his passive boosting, so I like him better. Then we're playing Battle Stations. You just play this round 1 to get so much tempo and engines out that you kind of win. Usually, that's what you want to do. You guys save it for later too. It's kind of like a mirror, where if you have double Thirsty Dame, for example, you can go ball and do the double poison off it, which is pretty good. Or you just play double poisons off it later on. Just play double Fangs of the Empire. It's just amazing. They're playing Ard Fiend. This is our consistency card. It's pretty good. I used to play Ard Fiend, then we played a Yonka White version of this deck. We're back to Ard Fiend. The Ard Fiend's a little bit better because now we have more bronzes we want to play. So previously, right, we wouldn't want to play the Arbalist, so that's 2 more deck slots. Then we have another 2 bronzes that we just added in once we took out the tactics. That's 4 slots. We didn't have Rosa. That would be the, what's his name, Yonka White slot. That's 5. And then we had a couple more, like 2 slots we changed out. We could just fit in the Yonka White pretty easily. Now we have some other cards we want to consider, so we're going to go with the Ard Fiend for consistency. You can end up sometimes stacking a card you really want to the bottom of your deck, but if that happens, you just keep cycling this thing as much as possible. You should get back to it eventually. Then we have the Vincent of Immortal Helm. This is one you could swap. There's a couple of good options here. You can go Coup, because we do have a lot of spying synergies. So Coup's good. I've been considering swapping out Vincent for Coup for a while, but right now we're playing Vincent still. Just because Vincent's basically the only answer we have against Ogoroids, is kind of why we kept him. If they go, like, for example, if they go King Trum, and then they leader it because they know we're going to poison it, we literally cannot do anything about that. So we need an answer. You can run Heat Wave if you're not playing Devotion. We're going to play Vincent because we can answer stuff like that. The other option, of course, is to go in for a Poison or a Purify like on Cupbearer, who we're not playing in this deck. You could Purify off that Carapace and Resilience, but then they still have a really big unit. And then if you Poison, it'll just Carapace it again. So we're going to be going with the Vincent. Then we have Rosa at Edna. It's obviously a really strong card. In the mirror match, which is kind of gets pretty wacky. If you can, in the mirror match, use your Rosa to kill their Rosa, it's hilarious what starts going on there. But this always gets locked in the mirror match. I've never really seen it go off. Then we have Felipe. Felipe is super good. It gives you the consistent value. If you're playing something like my Doc, you can put that Doomed out real quick. Although that's kind of hard because the only thing they'll kind of let stay alive is probably a Hunter. If you like lock something with Hunter, then you can put out, they won't kill it because it's not the best target for a bomb maybe, and then you can put out your Felipe. You can't have locked the Madoc though because then you won't get the Doomed, but it's just really good in long rounds. We've got Fergus. Fergus is another card I've been thinking about changing because of the Vanamar is really good in this provision slot as well, so that's a really good option if you want to go for more of the locks. I think if you do that, you might swap out Seditious Aristocrat maybe for an Alba Armored Cavalry, which I've been thinking about doing too, just for another lock. I don't know. Right now we're playing this version. We've got Fergus. He's really good in combination with Arbalest because you get those 3 spyings out there. Also really helpful for setting up Coup if you want to play it. And gives you 3 points on Thirsty Dame, sets up Seditious Aristocrat. All the good stuff. We're playing Roderick for a bit more consistency. If you don't think you need it, thanks to Ard Fiend, you could go Vanamar there as well, but I like having the additional consistency. Then we have the 2 Pikemen, 2 Thirsty Dames, and the 1 Seditious Aristocrat. This is really our engine package, along with the Arbalists. So Pikemen and Arbalists go super well together. They go super well with Dame. Seditious Aristocrat isn't as good, but you can point slam it if you've already played Fergus, or you have a Mirror live the whole round, so it's pretty decent as well. If you're finding you need more locks, though, you can swap this for Alba Armored Cavalry. It's still pretty good. We've got the Fangs of the Empire for poisons, the 2 Servants. I like Servant for copying stuff around. It essentially gives us 2 more locks, because most of the time you're supposed to be copying locks and poisons with this. So that's pretty good. It gets much better if you have Felipe out, but you can do a lot of work with this, and actually get some pretty decent point slams sometimes with it. We've got the 2 Alba Spearmen. This is one I want to talk about. So originally I was playing Turncoat. Where is Turncoat? And Turncoat was fine. Turncoat was fine. It gave out spying. It had that cooldown, which we sometimes accelerated into damage. But I was just looking through 4 vision cards and said, you know what? Spearman has a really high ceiling, and we haven't played it in a while. So what this card does is it's a 3 for 4, and you damage 2 enemy units by the number of statuses and things adjacent to them. So I pick 2 units, and then each unit checks how many statuses are adjacent to them, and then does that much damage. So if all the units you say you have 6 units and they all have 1 status, it'll play for 7. That's good. But what you can do is with this deck, you put out a lot of statuses, and I've played this thing for upwards of 11, 12 damage. So I just thought this would be a really fun card to try out with a good ceiling. And people who are playing tokens, it gives you extra value against that. And, you know, we don't see this card very much. I wanted to try it out. I wanted to see if it was actually any good. It's worse in a short round than this. But this is already bad in a short round. So I figured we'd try this thing out. So far, it's been doing pretty well. Last card is obviously 2 Van Morlehem Hunters. The lock's super important. The thing about this card is actually really kind of key. It's really key against engine decks, right? Because we have this. We can copy it with Servant. But outside of Hunter, our lock comes from the leader. Like, we have a leader lock. We want it. And then we have the Felipe Van Morlehem can lock with those statuses. And then Rompoli. But we don't want to commit Rompoli, and especially Felipe. Like, Felipe is super good in the round with ball. But we don't like committing them early, so we really want this thing for locks. So sometimes we don't have enough. And I think about making this another lock here, but we'll see. Anyway, that's the deck. It's been pretty good for me. It's been pretty good. And it's been pretty fun, too. Haven't got anything crazy with Rosie. Everyone kills this card. But let's see what we can do right now. And see if we get any good games. Line pockets. This is probably Acherontia. The deck's still good. We just have to watch out then for removal. Ah, he's going first. That's bad. Let's him get the Brawler to kill all of our stuff. We need the locks. I'm going to play a little reactively, I think. Let's see what we can do. I actually think this will be pretty useful here. Yeah, we'll put it back, though. Like, it'll probably be useful. I think everything else will be more useful. Definitely need to get our Ardfiend out. Okay, what do we go with there? Yeah, Open Sesame. No surprise. So whatever we play here is going to die. Because he's going to go probably Brawler on us. I guess we should go Arbalest first then. Arbalest is reliant on this living. So if this... And Dame gets better with this living too. So we want to... I think if we're going to sack one, just sack this one. But probably he's going to kill it, and then he'll steal the coins and kill our next one too. But we have to lock this thing now. He's got to lock this. The Servant's better than this, because this will let us potentially Servant in another round. So, Servant would be good here. He's going to look for another one, isn't he? We kind of need to lock all these damage spenders. Okay, that's not bad for us. It's not a bad card for him either. Let's go in here with the Thirsty Dame. We'll go Dame before this, because if we move a lock around or play this, it's better, and I don't want to lose the Pikeman. So if he has a second spender, he's willing to send out here, like the... it's annoying. So we're going to lose that too. And he gets to do the full value on this. There's no way we're winning this here. This round. He's just too efficient on the control, so we just have to give this up. That should be his only Purify in his deck, though. There's not really a reason to play 2 of these. But he got some really good value there. That's exactly what he wanted to happen. So that's a bit of a problem. I like this here. I also like having 2 of these. I guess we put one of these back. Because I think having the locks is going to be really important. So we need this to move it around. If we actually want to win the round, we need engines from this and this. Our problem here is we're really short on gold cards. Okay, that's a good one for him. We could go... If he just plays another Brawler, though, we lose whatever we play. I don't think we have a choice. I think we have to try and set this up. He probably just goes Brawler, or he goes, like, Freak Show, and we lose this, too. Not having a Masquerade Ball is a bit of an issue. Because it makes the Roderick pretty bad, because we could hit into Ardfiend plus Ball, and we'd be in a really bad spot, or Ardfiend plus Vincent. So we really need to get the Ardfiend out of our deck here. We can't just open with Roderick or this or this. Yeah, he's got our control right there. I think we have to go for this lock. Just so we can copy it with these servants. We still have this Arbalest. We might play this next. We won't play too many things just in case we hit the battle stations off Roderick. So I think we'll have to do Rompoli pretty soon. But hopefully he plays like another unit or two before we have to do that. Townsfolk. Okay, that makes sense here. That is a very good lock target. So I think we will just lock it. We still have one more lock on a cheap one on Servant without our Rompoli. I think most of Rompoli's value is kind of wasted right now. I wonder where he's deciding on. Is he going to make the card off of Nilfgaard? I think we have to Rompoli soon. I think it has to be Rompoli next turn. So it actually would be pretty good if you made something off of this, so we get a little bit more value off him. Oh, he's going to do it. Okay, this has just the boost, right? Boost by 4. And then what are we playing out of the hand here? Just Candle. So he wasted a lot of coins there. Makes you think he's about to pass. Let's go for this. I want to bait out the Freak Show if he has it. And if he just goes for a pass here, we'll be glad we played this here. Freak Show. We can lock it, get out a nice poison, the Rompoli. Then he doesn't have that for later. He's gonna go Brawler. I should probably lock that anyway. Could clear our board if he wants. I think he will. He's got the Open Sesame ready too. Yeah, this is looking pretty bad. So we have the Rompoli here. So we need to lock this, poison this, spying this. Now if he has the Freak Show, it's really bad though. Acherontia. We can just copy with Servant onto that. Okay, well that's awkward. I think we need battle stations more. Sometimes that happens. We should have gave this bleeding so we can move it onto this. That's not good. He has the potential to clear our board again. Oh, he's 1 coin short, never mind. So we definitely have to do the Roderick here. Is it Amir or is it Edna? I think it's Amir. Could have been a better draw. And I think we have to do this. You have a poison here, which we'll use to kill something. I think we also have to play Felipe. Gets us ahead, which is good. What would he play here? I guess more eels. Yeah. He was already starting to play it by the time I said it. So here we have to battle stations, which feels pretty bad. It's extremely fortunate that that wasn't 1 point just enough, because we had to play this ball here. We're gonna have some real big problems, but now we should be okay. As we know, we put a couple cards on the bottom. We should draw into we should draw into at least 2 of these 3. So we know we put some bronzes to the bottom and you drew the Amir back up. Okay, his hand looks pretty good. I'm gonna go for the Vincent, or we want this extra poison. I don't think the poison does much. Oh well, we can probably use those. Ferguson to this is pretty good. He's got no heat wave, so this definitely sticks. He still has Freak Show, probably. And he's got an Open Sesame yet. That's the one's at 6 still. Okay, so he's not going to be able to trigger that. Most likely, at least. This will still give him coins. Questions, we go this or this first? I think we go this first. We want to see where he plays a unit so we can spawn this opposite and maybe give the Spearman a target. We're going to miss the poisons on this. Just play this, we'll waste it. Hopefully he plays a unit here. Okay, so now we know this goes melee. And whatever this is, we'll probably end up copying it. This could be really good for us. Man, if we held this, we would have been able to click these 2 and they would have killed each other. Oh, he drew the King of Beggars. Feels bad. The Open Sesame doesn't have enough charges. So we get a win here. Had a lot of points left over there. Mahakam Forge. Trying to think what we want to do here. His hand is something alright. Don't want this one. Damage is not great against dwarves. Lock, on the other hand, is really good. Of course, we put that back, but then we get this. We have Arbalest and Pikemen, but no Thirsty Dames. Like I said, the Dames are much better here because damage is kind of wasted against all this stuff. But if we have this much damage, maybe we can do something. That is getting locked, though. That's not going off. That could threaten our plan. We don't want him to do that. Skirmisher. This looks a lot like the dwarf deck I was playing just the other day. I think the deck's pretty good. Other than the bronze dwarves, it does lack control. So as long as we can shut down these damage things here, he probably has a heat wave, and that's about it. I think we will play an Arbalest here. I think it's worth getting rid of these because the threat to us this round is Broover. And we can remove the threat of Broover, we should be okay. Okay, there's the round. If we could draw battle stations, we can do something round 2. Battle stations would be really good here. Battle stations, Thirsty Dame would be amazing for our hand. Or battle stations, Pikeman. I guess we draw 3 cards, so those plus something else. Seditious Aristocrats, not bad. That is pretty bad. Just put it back. We want to thin that out here. We could go for a Masquerade Ball round. How do I think that sounds? Like this into Ball. Lock if he plays our Pyrotechnician first. Yeah, let's go for that. We'll just drop this in here. And then we'll go in with either Ball or the Lock, depending on what he does. Okay, so this looks like the Ball turn. Yeah, we're going to pressure, I think. He has the Monroe option. We can lock the Monroe, so that's not as bad. And I think our best imposter target might be Monroe as well. It's Monroe or Broover. So this looks like a Broover round. If we had our Farragus here, we could really take care of some of this armor. We can still ping a lot off with this Alba Spearman, which wouldn't be too bad if we're thinking about it. Yeah, this would not be bad. He would re-armor, though. I guess the safe thing to do is go Felipe. If we're pressuring, we should just Felipe. If we're pressuring, we should just play him. It thins our deck out of the Ard Fiend. It sets up a lot of potential for statuses on this, and it gets poisons and locks going. It's just the best thing we should do. Now, he's either Monroe or Broover, like right now. Probably Monroe. The Heat Waves. That is an interesting choice. That is an interesting choice for sure. Okay, that's not ideal. We'll bleed this. And here we can get rid of some tokens, right? Because we put a poison on this. And then we go with this guy. We should be able to knock off a couple tokens. Which should help. I don't think he can answer. Okay, he is going to answer it with the Eskel Pathfinder. Okay, so he did have another control card. That's good for him. If we didn't have that, I think we win. However, we can set up Edna to kill this, to kill his Broover or Monroe. That is probably worth doing. Or we could start going with Rompoli. I like the Edna a little better. This is one of the best things we could give him for us. I think we'll just kill this off here. Now we can always Edna this to kill his Broover or Monroe if he plays it. Obviously we weren't going to give him the Miner there. That would have been so good for him. There's the pass. We can kill whatever this is. It's a Pyrotechnician. I mean, we can also just play this and lock it. At this point, we're kind of going for a lot of pressure here. So let's keep going for whatever we get for value off of the Ard Fiend. Okay, the Broover's coming back up, it looks like. As an option for him. I don't think we want to trigger this yet. I think it's time for Rompoli. So we go lock, we lock this, we poison. Nothing great to poison, but it'll be one of the dwarves in the melee row, I think. Or we can do this. You'll do this. And then we got spying. Soldier, put that back. I think we hold this still. This just offers so much threat that he has to watch out for as long as we hold the order. There's the Monroe. I think we just kill it. And then just go in here with this. Just keep picking off armor, makes the Broover worse if he has it. I think this guy's in a bit of trouble. I think he needs the Broover. And then we just leader Vincent it, and we should be set. +6 on that too, that's pretty good. Oh, we should have put that on one of these that had would have actually taken the ping damage, but I don't think it matters. We're up by like 50 points. Short of an no, not even Aglace does it. Yeah, this is the weakness of the dwarves. They lack, if you can lock the bronzes, they lack damage. Because really they need the pyrotechnicians and the skirmishers to do their damage. And we really shut that down. You got close-ish though, but we end up taking that pretty easily. GG. White Frost. This could be an interesting one. He has the potential to remove our engines pretty effectively in the Crystal Skull. Like, a lot of this will come down to who gets Crystal Skull. Because if he gets Crystal Skull, we lose a ton of value. Or if we get it, we gain a ton of value. This hand's actually quite strong. It's just missing a pikeman. But I don't want to redraw here. So we have enough golds to kind of just go with what we have. We don't want to draw into all of them. He did not go for it there. Interesting. If he Crystal Skulled that, I think we would have Vincented. But as he didn't, they have a little problem where 4 damage isn't hard for him to reach. And all of our engines start out at 4. Well, we don't have a pikeman, so if he kills this, it's not the worst thing. Roderick has a really high chance of getting us battle stations here once we play a gold aristocrat. So I think we want to play a gold aristocrat. I guess he is one. I like Rompoli though. Like, Rompoli helps so much. Yeah, let's play him. So we want to lock this and poison this. We remove the dominance, so he can't move us this way. And then we get a potential really big engine going. Shut down his engine. Get this out of our decks. We can start getting value off of it. I like this here. Then we'll go in to Roderick, either Battle Stations or Emir. We're guaranteed to get one of them. Battle Stations would be better, but Emir is still quite good. And we might force the Crystal Skull on the Onel Aristocrat. Coincidentally, an Aristocrat. If we're playing coup, we could trigger something with that. Yep, he's going to do that. Fair enough there. And now we go for the Roderick. Alright, we'll take Emir. No battle stations is a little unfortunate, but Emir is still very good. Ooh, that pikeman, or spearman might have some nice uses for us. It's an agent. We'll give out spying here, just to you, I suppose. He does have that movement order back with the aristocrat, which is annoying. Maybe we should have killed it. Maybe we should have Vincent it, because it's going to give him a lot of extra turns of frost. So kill Amir. Okay. And movement. Yeah, it's getting an extra turn of frost. That's really bad for us. Winter Queen. I think the only chance for us in this round is if we go in with Felipe. I think we'll do it. I don't like playing Felipe early, but I kind of think we need to here. We don't want to give up the round to this guy. White Frost is a deck we don't want to give tempo to, because they'll just bleed out our Masquerade Ball. And since he played the Wrath, we really should keep Vincent alive here. Or not Vincent, Felipe should be alive. You can't Toad Prince it. I guess you could Phantom Toad Prince it, but that's a 2-turn setup type of thing. You can probably get some good value off of Spearman. It would kill this guy. 1, 2. Ooh, we could almost kill this guy. You can almost kill a Parry Phantom. That's interesting. Lock, click this. It's going to be really good value on this Spearman. We're going to play it. Oh, he's going to go for it right now. I guess the Frost will kill it then. It's annoying. But Felipe is better for us in any case. And then this Spearman's going to be really nice. We'll hit here and here. 3 and 4. 7 damage off of that. Nothing to sneeze at. That's pretty good. He still has a problem of the Felipe. He's going to move it. Sure. Red Riders. Oh, we're going to replay the crew. That's actually quite annoying. So we'll go here with this guy. Give out some spyings. Give this guy a lock. I really want the lock there more than anything else. Yeah, because there's a chance we don't get anything off of this, and locking this is actually kind of good. Now, the Fergus protects. So in order to kill Felipe, he needs to Aridin plus Leader, which is a really big commitment. Then Aridin becomes vulnerable to, I guess, poison Vincent. That's not great, though. Yeah, if he goes Leader and Aridin, we probably pass. Although we got an 8-point play in Aristocrats, which is good. Tyrannelia. It's a pretty good Vincent target. We'll drop this guy in. Getting battle stations, that's good. You could replay this again with the Tyrannelia. Tyrannelia, however you pronounce it. He could, but then he doesn't have that carryover. This Felipe is hard carrying the round, which is kind of what I thought might happen when we first played him, but it means we won't have him later. But if he can hard carry this round like this, we'll be fine, I think. Okay, there's the Aridin. Alright, he didn't use it, so we can actually do something here. We can Doomed Vincent, or we can Poison Lock Poison next turn. I like the Poison Lock Poison next turn. We give him a... He can get... Well, I can't talk. He can get out of the round uneven here, but that's fine. This gives us a higher ceiling if he plays another card, which we figured he will, and there he's doing it. I wonder if he has a Purify for his Winter Queen. He might, but he would need Dominance for that to work. Okay, that's gonna be a really big boost though. We don't have to play here. We've gotten a ton out of him already. And whatever he puts this on, we can kill if we want to with the Vincent. Unless it is one of these two, in which case shouldn't hover those to give him the idea. But we'll just see what he does. Let's hover Roderick. I mean, you could put it on a Phantom, that'd be really good. So we lose the round here, but not at too much of a really high cost to him, though. He's got no carrier on Tyrannelia. He played as Oberon King early. He's used the Eridan, used the Winter Queen. We got a GG from random game. And he used his control in Naglfar. We've got Battle Stations, so these two bronzes are actually really nice, but I think most of our deck's bronzes. I don't think this will be much useful anymore. Ooh, we've got Battle Stations and one... I think we keep it anyway. Just go Battle Stations round 3. Alright, here's the dilemma. We can either ball here and fully trigger it and he passes, or we can not ball, go Rosa, he keeps playing and we can't trigger it. Let's go with the Rosa. I think it should get him to pass. The reason I don't think this is going to be really useful, the lock, is because of Foglet would be his best engine card left. And we hope he passes here. If he doesn't pass here, we're in trouble. And he didn't. So now we have a problem. We have to play the ball. The good news is we can get ahead uneven by locking this. This is 10 base power. Okay, we'll get ahead uneven there. Actually, we got rid of Lord Riptide, so that's his other big control card. So now we just draw into something for Battle Stations. We're probably okay still. Pikeman would be really good. There's a Pikeman. I think we'll put this back here. This back to... Yeah, this looks pretty good. The only scary thing here is he's going to play the Ardgaith on us and Leader. He's going to mess with us a little bit. Here it comes. Oh, no Ardgaith. Similar effect. I think keeping Pikeman alive is more important here.
Don't ask a lady her age. It's only funny.
He might have a Toad Prince. That is a lot of control tools to tech in. There's the Ardgaith. I don't know how much value that's going to be getting here. He's kind of short on movement, and the Golden Child is vulnerable to bleeding plus Vincent. So we should be good as long as he doesn't have a Toad Prince for our pikemen. Okay, that does kill that off, unfortunately. It removes our ability to kill the Golden Child, which is a problem, obviously. He really should kill the pikeman. I don't know why he's hovering the Thirsty Dame. Yeah, that's what he should do. Go in here with a poison. He should win this off of Golden Child, I think, now that we don't have an answer. Really need that pikeman. And Golden Child wins him it, because this plays for 10 and the Golden Child thinks it's going to be 13. And we take 2 damage anyway off the Frost. Oh, it's 15. We were close. But yeah, that's going to be it. We needed the pikeman to stay alive. Going up against Dwarves. Is this the second time we're playing Dwarves today? It might be. Yeah, I think it is. I think this is the second Dwarf game. Well, we'll see how it goes against them. Going first is so much better than going second here. It stops Pyrotechnician from blowing us away. All kinds of stuff like that. This is good setup. We'd like our battle stations here. Lock's really good here. We want to keep that. I think we're going to swap that for Alba Armored Cavalry. Let's go Pikemen. Wish we had at least one Van Morleham's Servant. They're really good here. And he just goes Curse of Corruption. That is unfortunate. We did not see that coming. Let's drop this guy. So this is going to be Control Dwarves. We're in a bad spot, actually. We needed that pikeman. I just didn't think he'd be able to answer it. Yeah, we are in a bad spot. I think we need to play Felipe this round. We don't want to, but I think we have to. It's going to ping it. Yep. Every time. We have to give this up. He really got us that Curse of Corruption. We can't play any more proactive engines. Well, he has this, we'd have to lock it. And we lock it, like, we play this, what are we doing? We're not gonna ball, not gonna Felipe. Much better just to keep the locks and potentially lock his engine cards in the later rounds. This is actually really good in the matchup. This can ping armor off Dwarves, but it's not that useful. Lock's really our best answer to everything here. My guess is he goes Monroe now, and we have to lock that too. Ideally, we get to Imposter the Zoltan with Resilience, but I don't know if we'll have that opportunity. we go round 3 with Felipe Ball, we're going to be happy, I think. Although, since he's playing Curse of Corruption, there's definitely a Heat Wave in his deck also. There's no way there isn't. Into Volunteers? Nope, Defender. Okay. Good luck, that. I think we drop Rompley here. Got the Ardfian out. We want to do that. Want to go Lock, Poison, Spying. Get as many statuses on this guy as possible. We need some tempo because we want to be ahead on 7, which should be next turn. So we need something going. This is pretty good for that. Oh yeah, he's going big. He's going hard for the engines here. That's an agent, so we'll give you spying. We don't have zeal on this. I think we have to play ball. We have to play ball. He's going to get such an advantage, though. He just passes, and he's so happy. At least we can guarantee a double ball activation next turn, so we shouldn't go down 2 cards. I mean, we really hope he plays more here, because that would benefit us, but he really shouldn't. Oh, he's going to go for it. Take the 50-50, it's going to hit, right? Oh yeah, every time. Make sure he can't improver us, and then Battle Stations is really good. And then we want this, and we want this. This is really good here. We're going to copy you onto you. We'll kill you. Trigger this. Gets us ahead. Feeling pretty good now, actually. He really shouldn't have played a card there, I don't think. But I guess he still has access to Brewer. And since we killed a unit there, he can fit another something into this row. I really would not have played a card there if I was him. You forced out Ball, forced out Rompley, go up a card. It's just, I think it's just so good. But you never know. Maybe he has Monroe and Brewer and wants to do something here. I hope he clicked this because it doesn't work. Oh, wait, what? How did that work? Oh, it's just the armor. Yeah, that's right. The armor is what it is. So he's got resilience on that. That's a pain. Let's go here. Get on this. He's got a resilience, but it's going to have a poison on it too now. We have access to our Edna order, which is really strong. I want to do the Edna here, because while we're ahead... Yeah, okay, while we're ahead, she's really good. So he did not play Zoltan's Company. So he's got Zoltan's Company... He's got one of the Zoltans with Eudora left, and he's got Brewer. Although, actually, if he's playing Control, you probably don't fit Brewer. Or Monroe. One of them doesn't fit. Like I said, Lock's really good here. That has some potential. I don't think this will be very good. This is our only proactive thing. If it lives, we're actually going to be very happy. I think we want to go Amir into this next turn, because he's going to set up an engine, I'm pretty sure. We could have gone Amir into this here. That's probably better. We should have gone Amir. I was just thinking about developing this. Didn't think about the Amir playing it. But yeah, this into this is still really good. We're going to find out if he has Monroe pretty soon. We want to set these up for Spearman, because if we go Zoltan's Company, we can kill off 2 Dwarf tokens with it, which is going to be useful. Problem is, without Thirsty Dames, we're kind of slow in developing our own points. There's the Eudora. This is a really good Spearman, like really, really good. Yeah, we just play the Spearman. It kills this and this. That's really good. Look at that Spearman value. Next time we go Felipe. He definitely has a Heat Wave. Like, you don't have Curse of Corruption and not Heat Wave. We're gonna have a sick transfer from this servant. It's gonna be like every status. There is an achievement for getting 5 statuses on a unit. We would have just gotten it. We didn't already have it, that is. Although I don't know if Infused counts towards that, actually. A volunteered big tempo play, or... Yeah, there it is. We don't have answers to this kind of stuff, which is unfortunate. Before we do this... Oh, we can't unselect. Okay. I didn't realize we couldn't unselect with this one. That is kind of tragic. Zolan's Company would be quite bad. Yeah, he has it. And he's going to go Broover. He's got too many points spread out across too many bodies. I guess we can steal this. I think the Broover's just going to give him too much tempo the turn he plays it, though. I guess he doesn't have a Heat Wave, because we still have a Vincent here. Which is weird. There comes Broover, right? There he is. And that's just too many points he's getting this turn. Although, we're going to get a lot from our leader. And we just kill it off in case he has a Peller. Should have put the bleeding somewhere else. We weren't thinking there. But yeah, actually that leader charge was so many points. Wow. I wasn't thinking about that, but that was really good. So we go Vincent here is good. Got a poison. That's a spying, doesn't help too much. Then we've got 2 bleedings. We might actually win this. Yeah. That leader charge was just so good. I guess Felipe did grind out the points eventually. GG. There you go. So that's the deck. I like it. I think it's pretty good. I actually think I went over most of the alternatives in the beginning of this video, instead of saving them for the end like I try to, but yeah, there's some choices here you can do. For changes, I mentioned most of them already, so I won't go too in-depth here, but I think the Seditious Aristocrats will become a Elba Armored Pikeman, just because the extra lock seems to be a problem sometimes. I think it's really handy to have. I think we'll throw this in here. As far as the rest, the Spearmen actually did quite well. Actually did pretty well. The only other thing is... Oh, by the way, instead of Cavalry, if you want to Purify, we could put in... you could cut a 6 and put in the Cupbearer, which I kind of want to do. Like maybe this. And then 1 Turncoat. Or maybe double Turncoat and 1 Soldier Guy. Mangonel's good too. Like there's so many good cards in this deck right now. If you put in one of these, you can go like this. Or we can cut the Spearmen and put in the Mangonels. That's better with the Fergus in the deck though, so we'll just revert this so I don't share the wrong deck link. Because I did that one time, and now we always do this. Because I got so many comments. Let's see. So yeah, I like the deck. I think you can do that. You can swap those bronzes. That's whatever. You can do that if you want to. One bigger change, though, is if you want to go non-devotion, we really don't need Fergus. Like, he's good, but he's not integral. Unless you're going to play... I think if you're playing Coup, you probably want him. But otherwise, you can cut him. Cut the Fergus out. Go non-devotion, because we don't really need the Emir's devotion. It's not super helpful. We rarely get it to work. But other than that, like... You can go with the neutral cards. You could put in that Heat Wave to help you deal with a scenario or something. You can put in all that kind of stuff. But one of the biggest ones would be a Peddler, because Peddler helps a lot against... Well, a Cupbearer is probably better in this deck than Peddler, but a Purify in general is pretty good to have. So you could do that. I don't think there's anything in non-devotion other than Heat Wave we might want to run. So, again, that's up to you, but... we talked about most of the things with the deck. Yeah, it's very interesting. I like it. It doesn't do well against control, like the raid decks, bomb decks, because you really need your points to develop. If you're having a lot of trouble with those, swap Rompoli for the Usurper. It's basically the only big tempo play we have. Like, Emir into something's okay for tempo, but really, Usurper is kind of the only big tempo play we have access to. So if you think you need that, you can go for it. But overall, I do like the deck. I don't think there's too much else to say about this one. It's similar to last patch, but now with Rosa and Edna, and I think they're really good. But if they get locked, it's really bad, so maybe it is worth running the Cupbearer. I think we're going to put Cupbearer in. Probably cut Seditious Aristocrats and Fergus, put Cupbearer, and then maybe cut this down, put Mangonel in or Turncoat, something like that. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And you can check out some more videos over here. And thanks for watching.